So then, Safa, we're all Muslims here and we're all discussing this, and you're sitting there in the UK as well. How does this affect Muslims who go about their daily business, right? Because then I imagine this then creates this atmosphere of suspicion on the part of the general public too towards Muslims, doesn't it?
Yeah, of course. I mean, the report in itself is great and everything that it's highlighted. And I think one of the main things that, you've highlighted is how it trickles down into society and the way that we're treated. Now, it can be in so many different ways. There's the physical aspects of the fact that, the media being Islamophobic in the way that it is, and the way that it implements people's minds and the way that they carry out maybe physical attacks against individuals. We see a rise in that whenever we see, for example, a terrorist incident take place. The media reports on it in a very kind of Islamophobic way, and you see these physical attacks being played out. But then you sometimes see it also not just in the physical manifestations, but the institutional manifestations as well. So, for example, when it comes to individuals applying for jobs, things like this affect that as well, because there's reports out there as when you've got a Muslim sounding name compared to a non-Muslim sounding name, and you're applying for jobs, you're more likely to get a job if you've got a non-Muslim sounding name. And how have we reached that conclusion, how we ended up here? And it comes from the media and the reporting of Muslims being backwards, or from third world countries, or all the Muslims are terrorists. So it definitely has a direct impact from both an institutional perspective and a physical perspective.
Rizwana, one of the things that always surprises me about especially the Muslim community within the UK is that it's been there for so many generations now that I wonder why it is that these sorts of issues have lingered for so long. I mean, why haven't they just been accepted within society, considering they are very much contributing members of UK society?
I think it's a double-edged problem, isn't it? It's as much for how the authorities have treated Muslims. And when you come back I'll bring it back to the terrorism report, I think since 9/11, this focus on terrorism being synonymous with Muslims has led to the vilification of the Muslim community. And on the part of the Muslim community, it's led to it being very defensive. So constantly trying to justify itself for not being something as opposed to just being citizens of